What's going on, guys? Hit Squad here again, back at it with another video. Now, before I get started on this video, I do want to encourage everybody, as usual, to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help with the channel. We're almost at 300 subscribers. I really want to hit 300 subscribers. I know we can do it. Hit that subscribe button, share this, tell your friends, tell your family. Let's get going with this video. Now, in this video, I do want to talk about this week's matchup with the Dallas Cowboys. I also want to go over the injury report. And I want to go over some players that I'm expected to take a step forward and just my expectations for this coaching staff. So let's look at the injury report really quick. For the Dallas Cowboys, we got Dorrance Armstrong. He didn't practice with a knee injury. Same with Tyrone Crawford. Ankle injury, did not practice. Trayvon Diggs, the corner that they drafted this year, he has a shoulder and knee injury. He was a full participant in practice. DeMarcus Lawrence, knee injury. He was a full participant in practice. Now, they do have some key injuries to this offensive line, which is very good for the Giants. So you look at Joe Looney, their center, out with a knee injury, did not practice. He's not going to play. Tyron Smith, out with a neck injury. He's not going to play either. Now, they have three key starters on the offensive line that are not going to play tomorrow. And the Giants have to take advantage of that. They have a bunch of rookies and undrafted free agents playing the tackle position and the center position that, the Giants have to take advantage of that. You can make the argument this is the worst offensive line that the Giants have gone against this year. And when you really look at the pressure they were able to put on Jared Goff against a better offensive line, kind of gives me hope that if this team does carry over the defense, I don't see why they couldn't be able to put pressure on Dak Prescott. Obviously, they got some studs on the offensive side: Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott. They got some studs. They're leading the league. Dak is leading the league in passing. I got to give props to him. Zeke is still Zeke. Amari is still Amari. CD is looking promising. So they got some studs on that side. But when you look on the defense has been atrocious. Teams have been taking advantage of that. They look like they're not playing with any effort whatsoever. Obviously, they still have some key players on there like DeMarcus Lawrence, Jalen Smith. Aldon Smith is looking like a good signing. Trayvon Diggs, who they signed in the draft this year, he's looking good as well. But their defense isn't looking too good. And the Giants have to take advantage of that. Ground and pound the ball. Don't be afraid to take some shots down the field because their secondary is very, very suspect. It's been suspect in recent years. And the Giants have to take advantage of that if they want any chance of winning this game. Now, for the Giants on the injury report, we're looking at Adrian Colbert. He was limited in practice with a neck injury. Kyler Fackrell, same thing with the neck injury, limited in practice. Jabril Peppers, he was limited with an ankle injury. The only player that we know of at the moment that's been designated to the injury reserve was O'Shane Ximines. O'Shane Ximines really hasn't done much this season, and I was expecting him to be a little bit better this year. Hopefully, when he comes back, he can make the impact that I thought he was going to make this year. But I do think that this will give other players opportunities to step up. Now, going into this game, it could be a trap game. You can make that argument. It could be a trap game. This could be a get it right game for the Dallas Cowboys. This could be the first win for the Giants. It could go either way, in my honest opinion. I'm worried about the offense. Though the offense is banged up on the line, they still got studs on that offensive side. Like I said, Dak is leading the league in passing. They still got, you can make the argument, three number one receivers on that offensive side, and Zeke is still Zeke. But on the defensive side, as I said, it is atrocious. Now, I'm hoping that Jabril Peppers can play. He's been out. I'm not too worried if Kyle Fackrell doesn't play because, again, like I said, that does give players the opportunity to step up. Players that I'm looking to step up, obviously Marcus Golden. Marcus Golden, we brought him back on a very, very cheap deal this year. It was a smart move by the organization, and I'm hoping that he can step up. He led our team in sacks last year with 10 sacks. So I do think that, with that offensive line being banged up, if there's any player on the edge that I would trust to get to the quarterback, has to be Marcus Golden. Now, our defense has played fairly well for us, a lot better than what people thought, as well as myself thought going into this year. Really, our problem's been the offense. We haven't been able to put points on the board. We haven't been able to establish the run. The offensive line has looked horrible. The only bright side is maybe Andrew Thomas, but he hasn't been playing too well. But I'm not going to harp. I'm not going to get on Andrew Thomas too much because I want to look at the players that he's gone against. Look at the players that he's gone against. What rookie left tackle is going to hold his own against the players that he has gone against? So obviously he has things he has to improve on. But I'm not giving up on Andrew Thomas. I'm not giving up on Daniel Jones, guys. I'm not on the take for Trevor trade. You guys, we need to be patient. We need to be patient with Daniel Jones. Please take into consideration. This is his third playbook in 3 years. He's in his second year in the NFL with no mandatory minicamp, no preseason. Now we have a preseason, so the expectations have to be a little higher on Daniel Jones. You can start putting the blame on Daniel Jones with certain things. Obviously, the late interception last week, completely Daniel Jones' fault. He could have ran at least 5 yards, slide, you still had a timeout. Daniel Jones has to play better. This offensive line has to play better. The offensive line actually looked pretty decent last week, especially in the second half. We were able to establish the run. We saw that long run with Wayne Gallman. We saw some runs from Devontae Freeman and Deion Lewis. I do think that this could be the game that the New York Giants actually put points on the board. I do think that this could be the game that Daniel Jones actually has a similar game to what he had in 2019. I want to see that Daniel Jones. I mean, obviously not on the fumble side, but I miss seeing that 300-yard game, multiple TD, no interception Daniel Jones. And I think that it's possible that he could have that against this defense. The secondary is suspect. This Dallas Cowboys team is trash. I do not care what you Cowboys fans say. You guys are trash. Outside of your offense, which obviously I would hope that with all of those weapons that you have on the offensive side, you guys can put points on the board. But your team is trash. You're not winning the division. This division is wide open. That's how piss poor this division is. Look at every single team in this division. Doesn't matter who comes out of this division and goes into the playoffs. They're losing the first round. That's what it is. Dallas Cowboys is a trash team right now. The defense is trash. I'm expecting the Giants to at least go out there and play with some effort. And they have been. On the offensive side, I do think that now that you have 4 games out, you should have a feel for this offense. Daniel Jones needs to play better. I'm expecting Daniel Jones to step up to the plate and be a better quarterback and be that quarterback that we need him to be to win us some games. Some players that I'm looking out for, like I said, I'm looking out for Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones needs to be better. I'm not quitting on Daniel Jones. I believe in Daniel Jones until he gives me reasons to not believe in him. I want to give Daniel Jones the benefit of the doubt, and I do think that he can improve and help us win this game. I'm looking at Marcus Golden. If there's any player on the defensive side that I have a lot of hope for that can get to the quarterback against this beat-up offensive line, has to be Marcus Golden. I'm really excited to see what he can do. I'm expecting to see the Marcus Golden of last year that led our team in 10 sacks. Now, if Jabril Peppers plays, that is a player I'm looking out for as well. I think Jabril Peppers is one of our best defensive players on the team. I understand that he deals with a lot of injuries, but this kid plays with some heart. He's a hard hitter. He's pretty decent in coverage. I do think that he's improved in his coverage compared to where he was last year. Last year, he was decent, but he really wasn't that good at all. This year, he's looking pretty good as well. I'm also looking at Ryan Lewis. Ryan Lewis looked pretty solid for us last week. I'm hoping that if he has a good game, maybe we found our cornerback number 2. Logan Ryan's looking pretty good as well. I'm liking that signing. I was a fan of that signing. I wanted Logan Ryan, and I'm glad that we got him because it's looking like he's working out in that safety position. If Jabril Peppers doesn't play, obviously that gives a lot of opportunity to Julian Love. Julian Love has been playing very well for us this year. He has an interception under his belt. He got that in the Chicago game. This defense is looking solid. If this defense carries over from the Rams game last week, we do have an opportunity of winning this game. Guys, this division is wide open. I'm not saying the Giants are going to go out there and win the division, but it's not impossible either. It's not impossible either. Obviously, I want to tamper my expectations because there's been a lot of games this year that I thought the Giants could win, and they didn't. They ended up beating themselves. I do think the Giants can win this game. Will they win this game? Yeah, I think they will. I really do think that they will. But I need to see this team improve. I need to see Daniel Jones take a step forward. I think Jason Garrett is going to open up the playbook a lot more, especially going against his former team. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of the best offense that we have from this New York Giants team. Hopefully, we can see that on the field. Hopefully this defense carries over. I understand this is a big, it's a bunch of what ifs, but I think this team has a lot of potential, and I think that we're headed in the right direction. Defensively, we're looking good. This offensive line just has to click. The running game needs to click, and Daniel Jones just to step up to the plate. As usual, let me know what you guys think below. What are some players you guys are looking out for? Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Hit Squad, and I'm out. Peace.